Okay, relax for a minute. Dude, don't drop that soaking ass wet ball on me. Go relax for a second. Look at you, you're breathing all heavy. You probably swam 3 miles in this lake so far. All right, drop it. What up? Just letting the dog swim for a little while. Burn some energy out of him. He'll freaking chase this ball all day long. Doesn't matter how often I throw this ball, man. He'll just keep going and going and going and going. I can't get him to calm down and rest. I tried to bring both dogs, but the other dog, as soon as I told him let's go, he went and hid under the bed. So yeah, it's actually, look at that, it's kind of cloudy and cold and shitty out here. I mean, it's only Arizona. What's happening? Hey, brother, I made that little video on that donkey rig. It kind of sucks. The video itself sucks ass the way it did it, because I edited it. But it shows you the basics of how to tie it and how to use it and what the little the rig looks like in the water. And there's actually a pretty nice bass catch on the end of that video, so go check that one out. I believe it ended up loading up as a short. You jerk wagon, just shook off all over me. Yeah, I twitched that rod like 3 times and it freaking railed that bait. So that shows you how easy that bait is to actually use. So pretty killer bait. I love the way that thing works. The original version is like almost 6 minutes. And I posted up the original version of it, and it got like 3 views in like 15 hours. So what I did was I took down the original version and did some cheesy ass editing on it and cut it down to a short. So it's not the best. I'm gonna redo it. I was trying to film everything one-handed, hold the rod in one hand, the camera in the other, and it just wasn't working out. So what I'll do is tomorrow, when good old Mrs. SoCal is off work, I'll have her hold the video camera for me so that I can actually do the proper video on it, and then I'll re-upload that. But yep, there's Jamie. He's as you can tell, happy dog. I tried to bring them both, but I told Ty, I said, hey, let's go on an adventure, and he went to the front door. I told him, same thing. As soon as I opened the door, he went and ran and hid under the bed. So, but I figured I got ribs on the smoker right now, so I only got like an hour before I got to go back and hit the next step. So I figured I'd come up here and take this idiot swimming for a while, because he's been loving it. He's been out here like 3 days in a row now, and he just loves it. So I can't get him to stop. I mean, like, I brought his tennis ball with him, and he's obsessed with that tennis ball. And no matter what I do, man, he'll chase this tennis ball into this lake until he freaking drowns. So yeah, my other dog can't swim. I don't know if he can't swim or he's just too damn lazy. I brought him up here yesterday, and he would go into the water like up to his shoulders, and that was it. So, and every time I've taken him to water, he's just like, he just wants to dip his toes in, whereas this guy, like, I can't keep him out of the water. But I think the swimming is good for this one because he is such a high energy dog. He's 24/7. He wants to go no matter what. Go get water. Go drink. Go drink some water. Don't drop that nasty ball on me. Go get a drink. All right. Well, usually he'll go drink water when I tell him to. But yeah, the other dog, he will not swim. This one, he loves it. So, hey guys, I don't know if my channel got shadow banned or what's going on, but YouTube's not pushing my content lately. So if you guys would hit that like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Kind of help the algorithm out for me. I've posted up some really killer shorts, and it just didn't push them. So I don't know what the deal is, but I had my wife post the same short, and it pushed hers out way more than it pushed mine. So if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like, subscribe, and share for me to help me with the algorithm, that would be awesome. Yeah, Arizona, this dog's good. He listens well. He's kind of an idiot. He's got a one-track mind. That tennis ball is the only thing he cares about in life. You know, we could be in the middle of a freaking hurricane and that dog's going to go chase a tennis ball. But he's so high energy that no matter what I do, like when I get home, I'll let him swim out here like this for a while. I'll go home, and the first thing he's going to want to do is go in the backyard and chase the tennis ball. So yeah, he thinks he's a lap dog, man. The dog thinks he weighs 4 pounds. He's like 75, and he just wants to always crawl up on your lap and think he's a freaking cat and curl up with you. I am at the little pond at the end of my street, actually. So it's not actually a lake. It's just a little pond right by the house. So, yeah, Dalmatians, man, they're like too high energy. Those are freaking, those dogs, man, I swear they're on meth. Go get it. Go find it. It's in the water, stupid. Go find it. He didn't see me throw it, so now he doesn't know where he's at. He sees it. I'm in San Diego. Well, kind of San Diego. I'm in the mountains of San Diego. But this is just a little pond at the end of my street. Cool little spot. There's some monster bass and some monster catfish in here. I saw a catfish swim by earlier, like probably 5 pounds. No. Nowhere near Ramona. God, after my shoulder surgery, I just cannot throw that ball any farther than that. I actually can't throw a football at all. But, you know, that's what happens when you wad up your dirt bike and destroy your shoulder and put yourself out for 18 months. It's a cool little community pond, though. We got like, I don't know if you can see them, but there's that little like hammock swing hanging from the tree. There's kayaks that are in here. There's a pedal boat that they put in here. Yeah, this pond I'm at is a, there's no fishing allowed in this pond, actually. Yeah, this is a, well, I'll show you right here. There's probably, around this pond, there's probably 50 of these signs. But, you know, these are everywhere. All over the place. There is no fishing in this pond. if you get caught fishing this pond, this is actually private property right here that I'm on, but the owner of the property lets people use the pond because it's a little, it's a cool little community spot. But if you get caught fishing this pond, 110% they're going to call the sheriff. They're going to call the game warden. And look at that. I don't know if you guys can see that though. But there is a giant bass cruising by right there. I don't know if he shows up on camera or not. But he's right here. He's probably 3.5, 4 pounds right there. Oh, there's two of them. Yeah, look, he's going to come in, like, come walking in or swimming in and stare at me. But I know for a fact this bass lives over in this little corner because I see him every time I'm here. But yeah, what I was saying is, now, Wesson and Smith, I'm not going to tell you what city I'm in. Not on a YouTube live. But I'm not in Ramona and I'm not in Escondido. I will tell you that much. But what I was saying about the fishing here is if you get caught fishing here, they will absolutely, without a doubt, call the sheriffs and the game warden. And they don't play around, man. You're 110%. You're getting a ticket, and they will confiscate your gear. And because there are so many no fishing signs here, the game warden's going to rail you. You'll probably end up losing your license for a couple of years. So, hey, Mary, what's happening? Yeah, if you want to hang out and, check the content or whatever, that's cool. But if you want to pressure me for where this is and where I live and all that, then, kind of don't need that in this channel. We're here to hang out and have a good time. Did you guys see that little bass just rail that bluegill? He just nipped him right off the top. There's two of them right here. You probably can't see him in the water because of the glare, but even when the dog runs like right past him, he'll just take off a little bit and come back. Like he gets out of the way just enough and then he'll come back. So, but yeah, this is the little neighborhood pond. So, I'm not going to advertise where it's at, not on YouTube. It's a cool, chill spot. It's, like I said, it's absolutely no fishing here. They will absolutely rail you if you get caught. So, it's not worth it, It's not worth losing your gear. Because what they'll do is they'll take your gear that you have on you, all your fishing equipment. They'll seize the vehicle that you drove here in. And they're going to pull there's one guy that I know for a fact got caught fishing here. He lost his fishing license for 5 years. They confiscated his truck. They confiscated all of his gear. And he got a big old huge fat fine on top of it. So it's not worth the hassle to catch a couple little fish out of here. Now, I know for a fact there's some big ass bass in here. There's one that keeps cruising right here. So, and then these people that are down here, they got their little kid with them. She's probably 4 or 5. And she's over here hand feeding bluegill, and a catfish came up to her too. So I wish I don't know if it's showing up or not, but if I zoom in right there, you can see that bass just cruising. So, and he's a good 2-3 pounds. So, but this pond is loaded full of bluegill too. But watch. So, I don't know if you can see him or not. He's like ½ inch under the surface of the water, just cruising. Like he's right straight out past the dog's butt. Like the dog's tail's pointing right at him. But he just cruises this little area. Like this is his little home corner. And then see the dog jump in the water, and that bass didn't even move. He's actually coming over to where the dog jumped in the water. And then like the bluegill here, they'll actually follow you around. So, I mean, the dog's like stirring up the water right now, but if I were to walk right up to the edge of the water, there's probably 70 to 100 bluegills sitting right here in this little area. And every last one of them, if I walk down to those palm trees right there, every last one of them will follow me down there. So I actually have a short on my channel, which for some reason YouTube did not push it out. But I have a short where I walk up to the edge of the water and I'm like, here, I'm going to call the fish and they're going to actually come to me. And I start going, here, fishy, fishy. And they actually come up to my feet. It's a pretty cool video. It's just, I don't know why YouTube didn't push it. So, but I think YouTube's kind of shadow banned me right now because they're not pushing my shorts or even my long forms out. So I don't know what's going on, but if you guys would hit that like and that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it because it definitely helps the algorithm. And I got some really cool content. They're just not pushing it. I don't know what their problem with me is. I think they got mad because I did a spoof of, you see all these people, like when you're scrolling through, you see all these people that are like, oh, this is how you get 14 trillion subscribers on YouTube in 12 hours. Well, I did a spoof of all those stupid videos of that. And right when I did that, they just stopped pushing my content. Because I was like, the way I did that little spoof, I was like, all right, we're going to teach you how to make a YouTube video. You jerk. You don't have to shake off right on me. So I was like, yeah, get a camera, record things, upload it, add music or overlays with text, and sit back and wait for people to watch it. That's how you make a YouTube video. And I think it pissed off the algorithm because ever since I put that up, they stopped promoting my content. So I don't know what their deal is, but I'm going to be bringing, oh, there's a little kayak floating out. That's a little kid kayak. So that'll end up, somebody will go grab it. There's another one over there parked up on the bank. There's right over here, there's some canoes. And then you can't see it behind the trees. But right down there behind the trees, there's like a tiki hut that somebody built. There's the hammock and the freaking kayaks over here. There's a picnic table up there, right up here under the tree. It's a cool little spot. And hey, check it out. We got a troll. A little kid with no freaking parental supervision. We'll let him stay here for a minute and troll because, you know, the trolls help the algorithm. The more they type into chat, the better it is for me. So, but keep an eye on that, guys. If you see him get racist or, you know, anything like that, boot his ass out of here. But I'm going to be up here at least once a day with the dog to let him swim around and burn off some energy because he's just so high energy. You know, like I guarantee when we go home, the first thing he's going to want to do is chase this stupid ball in the backyard. So, I don't know why it keeps zooming. God, I hope you guys can see this bass cruising. I don't know if you can. Oh, see him busting the top of the water right there? There's two of them right there, like playing. They're like, I don't know what they're doing. It's like they're doing like a little dog fight in the water. But see, people think that the fish are like totally spooked by all the commotion. The dog jumped into the water right there, and the bass is swimming towards the dog to see what the commotion is. Oh, you guys can see them in there? Okay, cool. Cool. They're really like light color in here. They're not that like dark, you know, most largemouth are like, they got like that dark green and black to them. These guys are a real light color. But I mean, this place is loaded. I mean, look at it across the way. It's just nothing but a tule line. And then I don't know how well it shows up in camera, but right here, there's a break in that Thule line, and it goes back into another little cove. And then over there, the tree and the water, I mean, that's just bass haven. So I just wish we could actually fish this. So, hey, Mackerel, how you doing? I'm having a hard time seeing chat, you guys, because I got a massive glare on the screen. But hello to everybody. Thank everyone that jumped in. I really appreciate you guys jumping in. I know I'm just chilling, throwing the ball in the water for the dog, but what better way to spend a Thursday afternoon, you know? And this is literally a 2-minute walk from the house. I drive up here just because I don't want to. The dog likes to pull when he's on the leash. So I just throw him in the back of the Jeep and drive up here. And it takes me literally 45 seconds door to door. And let the dog swim and chill and, burn off some energy. But I got ribs on the smoker right now, so I can't be out here too long. But cool little spot, man. And the dog's just having, like, I mean, look at him. I mean, that's not a happy dog. Get some water. Go drink water. Go drink water. Go get a drink. He's too into the tennis ball. Usually, like at home, I'll tell him, go get a drink, and he'll go drink his water. He's got like I got a thing out in the backyard for him. It's it's like the automated water system for like farms. So it refills itself as they drink, It's hooked up to the hose bib. And as they drink, it's kind of like the toilet, like it's got the little float in the freaking toilet tank, and it fills up. And once that float hits the top, it stops filling. And so they always have, fresh, clean water out in the backyard. But normally, like when I'm throwing the ball for the dog in the backyard, he'll, when he's panting like this, you can tell he's tired. I'll tell him, go get water. Go get a drink of water. And he'll actually go up to his water bowl and start drinking water. So. No, they're not beaver ribs, man. They're mastodon. We got some mastodon ribs on the freaking smoker today. I was trying to order a buffalo brisket to put on the smoker, but the place that I wanted to order it from, because, it's really hard to find a buffalo brisket. The place I wanted to order it from, they do overnight shipping, but the shipping was double the price of the brisket. So it would have cost me like $350 to have the thing shipped. And I didn't really feel like spending, $600 on one brisket. So I'll just have to go find somewhere I can get a buffalo tag and go bow hunt buffalo. But hey, guys, there's 27 of you guys watching. Only 15 thumbs up. Can we get those? Can we get that up to at least 20? No, nothing's cost effective anymore. I was talking to a buddy of mine, and we're talking about splitting a whole cow. When we first started talking about it, the company we were going to get it from, the whole cow was like $1,700. And basically what they do is it takes like a while to get your cow, but they pick out a cow, they raise it, and then, once it's ready, they butcher it and package it and all that. And depending on, if you buy a quarter or a half or the full cow, they package it up accordingly. So we were going to split it. It was going to be like $900 basically each to split a cow. So when we went to process the order, they had upped the price. It's now like $3,100. I can go buy a cow and raise it myself for that price. So I'll just wait. Deer season's coming up in just over a month. So I'll just go get a couple deer. Fill the freezer with those. He's going to swim until he can't freaking float anymore. How's it going?
Hey, I'll see you later. Are you filming? Or should I go
yeah, no, you're good. Okay. You're good.
I'll see you later.
All right, have a good one. He's like just swimming. Yeah, this wasn't like an actual store. This was we're gonna order this from the actual cattle ranch. So the guy just raised the prices way too much. There's also a bunch of deer farms that I found where you can do the same thing. You can order venison and they'll raise up a deer for you and do the same thing. You know, they'll butcher it and you know, get all the different cuts for you. They'll send you, you know, sausage and ground venison and the steaks and brisket and you know, just all of it. But it's so expensive with the deer. It's actually more expensive for the deer than it is the cow, which I don't understand why. I guess it's because, you know, not as many people are going to order venison as they would beef. But if you knew how much better venison was for you, you would stop eating this chemical induced beef. Yeah, bow hunting in SoCal, man, it's freaking difficult. There's so little deer here and so little area to actually hunt. I mean, we have hundreds of thousands of acres of national forest, but now it's all dotted with like private land. So the areas that you can actually access on foot are so overcrowded with hikers and mountain bikers and, you know, church groups and Boy Scout troops, and it's really hard to hunt. Hey, Noda, what's happening? So, and then the tags here are so limited. We can only get 2 deer tags here. And I actually totally screwed up this year. And I missed the entry date for the draw. So I completely screwed up the month. I thought it was, oh man, quit shaking off on me, you jackwagon. I thought it was June that I had to put in my deer tag. Turns out it was April. So I got lucky, extremely lucky. I don't know how it happened, but the tag I usually get is I'll buy my archery only tag because that's, you know, over the counter in California. And that's good for most areas of California. But then I do my local either sex archery tag so I can shoot a buck or a doe because I don't care about antlers and trophies and all that. I'm in it for the meat and the sport of, you know, the hunt. It's more about the hunt than the kill for me. You know, that tracking down the deer, finding them, getting the great shot on it, you know, the whole 9 yards, just the whole experience of the actual hunt itself. But I screwed up and I missed the drawing deadline for the A22, which is the either sex archery tag. And we were going fishing a couple of weeks ago, and halfway to the bay, because we're going to go fish the San Diego Bay, halfway there, my wife goes, oh shit, I forgot my fishing license at home. So I decided I was going to jump on the Fish and Game website and download the digital copy of her license. So we at least had that for her, just in case, because, you know, it's a 2-hour drive for us to get to the beach. So, or the bay or whatever, you know. So we weren't going to turn around and, you know, drive home an hour to drive back, you know, an hour and make our drive a 4-hour trip one way. So I go to download it. I download her license, and just out of curiosity, I went and looked at the hunting license thing, and I hit the buy now on the tag that I wanted, like the draw tag, and it actually let me get it. So I don't know what happened, but it was supposed to be a draw. So somehow, some way, the system glitched and let me buy it online. So I was mad because originally I had realized that I had missed the deadline to get my tags in. So I didn't think I was going to get to hunt this year. And for some reason, I don't know if I hit it at just the right time or what, but it let me buy the tag that I wanted. So total miracle on that. There's somebody over there screaming at their kids. Can you guys hear that? The lady's over there screaming at her kids. They're throwing something. I don't know what it was, but she's over there screaming at them. Yeah, turkeys here are getting, they're getting a pretty healthy population of turkey. Actually, there's a couple that have been living in my neighborhood all of a sudden. Like, I don't know if they were somebody's pet that got out or what, but there's now 3 of them that I've seen. There's a tom, a hen, and I saw the hen walking down the street yesterday with a little hatchling. It's probably, that hatchling's, you know, maybe a few weeks old. Go get it. It's over there. Go get it. So they're starting to populate, and I got another video, turkey video on my channel. It's another little cool ass little short, where I was sitting kind of near where my tree stand is. And I was just kind of hanging out. On the way to my tree stand, and I decided to just kind of sit there for a minute and, you know, check out the area. And all of a sudden there comes a huge freaking herd of turkeys. So there's a pretty cool short. And it was, the sad part was, it was like 3 days after turkey season ended, because the fall turkey season and deer season overlap by a couple of weeks. So it was right after season for turkey ended. And all of a sudden, here comes a giant freaking, just a herd. Wasn't even a flock. It was a full-on herd. So that video is on my, in my shorts as well, if you guys are going to go check that one out. It's pretty cool. There's just so many of them. Absolutely so many turkeys. So, but I got a bunch of cool shorts that I've posted lately that you guys should go check out. If you're into, you know, hunting or fishing, or, you know, chilling with the dogs at the pond. A bunch of dirt bike videos that I've done. Because, you know, even though I'm a fat, old, out of shape old man, I still ride the dirt bike like I'm 15 years old. And, you know, I ride the 450, and I don't know what the problem is, but me and my buddy go out to the desert, and we'll tell each other, like, hey, let's just go cruise today. Let's keep it mellow. And the next thing you know, we're spending the whole day wide open 5th gear, doing 100 miles an hour across the desert. You know, we're riding like we're still teenagers that don't break when we hit the ground. You know, it's like back in the day, you know, I'd hit the ground and I'd just bounce right back up. Nowadays, I hit the ground and I stick. And last really bad crash I had, I was only going 19 miles an hour. And I came off, we were up at riding down like a mountain fire trail thing. And I was following my buddy, and he came, there's like the way the trail was, there's like a ledge that you had to come off of to avoid a big old rut. And when he came off of that ledge, his back tire kicked a rock out. And I came off the ledge, and my front tire landed straight on that rock that he kicked out. That rock was about the size of a softball. And when my front tire hit that, it just swapped out so quick that I didn't even have a chance to react. By the time I realized what was going on, I was already on the ground. So I have a long form video that I did in my channel. It's called From Dirt to Hurt, where it shows that crash like 12 minutes in. And I actually need to edit that crash into a short. But that video, the Dirt to Hurt video in my thing, was my absolute first attempt ever at trying to edit a video together. And that happened, I did that right after the surgery when I crashed. So I was looped up on painkillers and, you know, out of my freaking mind when I did that. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So the video itself is kind of crappy and stupid, but it's actually a pretty cool watch just to see the content in it. There's some of me in the desert races. Um, I did the King of the Desert race out here, which is like the most gnarly race course they'll put out all season. It's one of the hardest races there is to do. And people told me that I couldn't race that race on a dual sport. So just to prove them wrong, I rode my dual sport to the race, did the race, and then rode the bike home. Which there's parts of that in there. I actually did pretty well in that race too. There's other parts where one scene, it's like, I don't know, a couple minutes long, where my bike wouldn't start on the starting line, and I was the last person off the starting line, and by the first corner I was in third place. So God, I'm really having a hard time seeing chat because it's glare. Yeah, with age definitely comes the cage. I'm trying to talk to wife into letting me build a trophy truck, but she doesn't want to let me spend $1 million on a desert toy. So I almost broke your neck and back at Gordon's. Oh, those witches' eyes out there, man, they're nuts. You can't see them, and especially at noon when there's no shadow play on the sand. It's so hard to see out there. I grew up at Gordon's. I've been going to Gordon's since, according to my parents, I was going to Gordon's before I could even walk. I used to bet my friends, when a bunch of my friends actually started riding, I'd bet them that you could put me in the sand rail and blindfold me at camp and take me out somewhere in the dunes, drop me off with my bike. I was riding a 250R back then, the 86 250R. That bike was freaking fast for what it was. But I'd bet them $100 they could take me out into the bottom of a bowl somewhere at Gordon's, blindfolded in the sand rail, dump me off. I would wait until they got up out of the bowl, and then I would take the blindfold off, gear up, throw my helmet and my gloves on, and hop on the bike, and I'd be back at camp before them. And every single time, man, every time, they'd get back to the camp and I'd already be there. But, I've been riding out there. That's where I learned how to ride a dirt bike. So, I know Gordon's well like the back of my hand. Unfortunately, the tree huggers had a bunch of it closed off because of some stupid freaking plant. But still one of my favorite spots to ride. And thankfully, I've never had a really, really bad crash out there where I've been hurt, because you get hurt out there and you're going home in a helicopter usually. Or they're taking you to the emergency room in Yuma, which that's just kill me. Don't take me there. Just let me die, because the quality of service over there just sucks. Cool, Arizona. Have a good one. I hope that video tutorial helps you out with that rig. God, this guy, man, I've been here for 40 minutes, and he's just been swimming and swimming and swimming. Guys, let's see if we can get those likes up to 20. We're sitting at 19. We need one more. And hopefully the algorithm will start pushing my content again. Like I said, I got some really cool shorts posted up. That one of the fish following me, or, me calling the fish, I really thought that would get some good views, but apparently it didn't. So I appreciate it if you guys would go check out some of my shorts, some of my longer form videos, and, hit that like button on those, because I'm trying to get YouTube to actually take it serious and push my content. I don't know what their problem is lately, but I really think I pissed them off with doing that parody video of all those people that are trying to tell you how to make $1 million on YouTube in 4 hours. I think that pissed off the algorithm when I did a parody of those guys. But let me see, what time is it? I gotta check the time because I got 30 minutes. Okay, I gotta go back to the house a little bit, and I got ribs on the smoker, and the way I do them, they're on a time schedule. So at 3 o'clock, I gotta go start stage 2, where I wrap them up in the foil and put them back on so they get nice and tender. Because I'll smoke them I smoke them low and slow for 3 hours, and that kind of gets the bark and then impregnates it with the smoke flavor. And then once you wrap them up in the foil, then it tenderizes it. It gets the meat really super tender. And then the last like 45 minutes, what I'll do is I'll put a real thin layer of sauce on them. And I make my own barbecue sauce and my own rubs and all that. So I'm kind of like Walter White when it comes to mixing dry rubs and making barbecue sauce. I don't know what it is. I just have this like natural talent to where I can make a barbecue rub that'll just knock your freaking socks off. But like I was saying, the last little bit, I'll put a real thin layer of barbecue sauce on it just to kind of create that little extra bark and add a little bit of flavor. Man, those things are so freaking tender, you can eat them without teeth. I wish the camera would pan in better on some of these fish just cruising right here. So there's probably 30 bluegill right here in just this little spot right here. And the weird thing is, okay, so bringing the dog over here the last few days has proved a theory that I had, that the chaos and the commotion in the water does not spook the fish away. What they'll do, and I don't know if you guys can see those little bluegill swimming around right there in front of me, but I'll throw that ball, the dog will run right through that school of fish, they'll scatter, and then they'll come right back to where the dog created the disturbance in the water to see what's going on. And then like as he's swimming in, once he gets to where his feet can touch, they'll swim right up to his feet. Like if he would stop right there instead of getting out of the water, the fish would actually be swimming and like picking at his toenails. Hell yeah, guys, I would greatly appreciate that, man. Ah, you'd quit shaking off of me, you jerk wagon. Last time I looked, I only needed, my goal for this week is to get up to 600 subs. And I was at like 570 last time I looked. There's that bass again right there. I don't know if you guys can see him. Let me zoom in, and I don't know if you can see him right there. He's like right on top. He's like his tail is just about to break the surface of the water. But he's just cruising, and he's a good healthy bass. So there's a bunch of them in here. Over in that corner, I don't know if you guys can really see it, but there's that kayak up on the beach right there in that corner. There's some bass over there that are probably 6-7 pounds. And 6-7 pounds is not a big bass for California standards, but for a little, what is this, like 6-7 acre pond? That's a good sized pond bass. Bullfrogs over there chilling. I'm gonna kind of walk up to the water and see if I can get this better view of this bass on camera. Because he's just chilling right here. Hey, no, Jamie, stay over here. I don't know, can you guys see him right there? He's just chilling right there. And like, I don't know how well you guys can see it, but look at how many bluegill are right here. There's just hundreds of them in this pond. There's that bass again. He's just cruising. And then a little while ago, nice big old catfish came swimming by. I didn't know there was catfish in here. Cindy, hell yeah, welcome to my live. I'm glad to see you. It's always good when you guys, if you don't follow Cindy, Skipjack Cindy, and you're into fishing, you guys need to go check her out. Real Life is here as well. He's got another awesome channel you guys should go check out. But look at this, guys. Look at all these fish right here. There's 2 bass. This one right here, I don't know how well he shows up on camera. I can't see the screen with this glare. But this one's probably pushing 3 pounds. And there's another one swimming just right behind him. He's like coming right up next to it right now. He's 6 inches behind that other one. He's probably a good 1.5 pounds. But they're just cruising. They're just checking me out. So I always thought that if you made a bunch of commotion in the water, it would totally blow out the area and all the fish would take off. But throwing the tennis ball out into the water for the dog has completely disproved that to me. What'll happen is the fish will scatter for a second, and then they'll come back to see what the commotion was all about. So it really disproves the theory of, I mean, I'm sitting here talking. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. There's people walking by, we're talking, people swimming in the water, the dog's running in, chasing the tennis ball. And what happens is he'll run through the school of fish, and they'll run through the school of fish. The dog will run through the school of fish. They'll split off, kind of get out of his way, and then they'll come right back to where that commotion was. And look, here comes another bass swimming up. So that's 3 that are sitting right here, right now. And this guy swimming by, I don't know if you can see him on camera or not. He's chilling. Like, he'll come up and check me out. Watch. If I go up and put my feet in the water, he'll turn around for a second, kind of get out of my way, and then he'll come right back and start checking me out. He's looking straight at me. Now there's 3 of them right here. There's this one right here. There's that one, and there's another one swimming up. And the one swimming up is the biggest of all of them. I don't know if you can see them or not, but they're all 3 swimming in a group right now. So, yeah, they'd have no fucks to give. But look at all these bluegill right here. Look at all them. And there's those bass. That one bass got his mouth all wide open right now. But they're not bothered by me. They're more curious about what I'm doing in the water than anything. And some asshole left some trash here, so let's take that trash and get rid of it. But look, so now I'm like shin deep in the water, and these bass are coming over to check me out. They don't really care that I'm here. They're more curious of what I'm doing. Jamie, come here. Get over here. Look at that. He comes running right when I call him. Get over here. I mean, there's 3 bass checking me and the dog out. They really don't care that I'm here. And look at these. The bluegill are right here. They're like 2 feet from the dog, and they don't care that he's here. So I've been doing some research. Now here comes the wind putting ripples on the water, so you won't be able to see it. But I've been doing some research on bass, and it's been telling me that bass are more curious than anything. So that's why I like whopper ploppers and buzz baits and all these chatter baits and all these real loud baits attract them. It's because that curiosity level. They want to know what the commotion is. And being here at this little pond, watching the activity of the bass and watching how they react to not only me, but like even the dog running through the water. I would think that the dog running into the water would just push them completely out of the area, but it doesn't. They just get out of the way and then come right back. So, cool little tip that I've learned here, even when the bass can see you, they don't care. They're more curious about what you're doing and who you are and what you are. So, But there's some cool big bass in this lake. Problem is though, is that. But I'm assuming that's why there's so many big bass in this lake, because nobody's pressuring them. So now I do come fish this once in a while. I'm not gonna lie. I'll wait till there's nobody here, and usually like really early in the morning or really late in the evening, like sunrise and sunset. And this is actually where I filmed that video the other day of the donkey rig. And while I was filming that video, I filmed it from that little corner over there. And when I was filming the video, hey, Jamie, get over here. Now, let's go. Come on. Anyway, when I was filming the video, I wanted to show how to work that rig. And so I cast to that little bush right there in the middle. And 2 seconds after my bait hit the water, I was hooked up on like a 3-pound bass, which kind of worked out perfect for the video tutorial. But look at these bluegill. They're just like, they're coming to check me out. They're swimming over to the dog now. He's just sitting there, and they're going to swim over and check him out. And then there's some big, the bluegill are, they're still on nests over here. Let me see if I can go show you guys this big old nest right over here. I don't know if it'll show up on camera or not. No, that one you won't be able to see. But right over by these bushes, like I can see it from here with the naked eye. I don't know if you can see it on camera. But check this out. Like we have little pedal boats in here that we can just use whenever. So right between these bushes here is a huge bluegill nest. I don't know if you can see it or not in camera. Let me walk out there a little bit. But there's a giant bluegill sitting on this nest right here. And then there just went another bass swimming out of there. And then there's another nest over under the brush pile over here. I mean, that thing's deep. That's probably 16 inches deep that they dug that out for the nest. And then right here's a bunch of bass fry. And then there's, where'd the other ones go? Oh, they're on the other side of that canoe. Let's see, we got like the little tiki hut thing out here. And some asshole left our trash here. Oh, it's like ramen noodles, so there's fucking ants all over it now. Jerk wagons. Chick-fil-A wrapper, freaking cigarette butts. I mean, come on, guys. You know, we got all this out here for everybody to enjoy. These people are coming out here to trash it. Pissing me off. See all that activity right there on the water? That was a big old bass that he was hanging out right here on the bank. But here we go. Here's a good nest. I don't know how well you can see that, but that's a big old nest. And that bluegill, he's right out here. I don't know if you can see him in camera or not, but he's big. He's been guarding this nest for a few days. But look at them. They're just, the bluegill are just like chilling, coming up to see what I'm all about. Sorry guys, I cannot see the chat for the life of me right now because of the glare on the screen. So I'm just over here rambling. But yeah, this is the little pond at the end of the street. So that bush right there in the middle, I caught that big old bass on that the other day doing that video. So look at these bluegill. They're just like, watch, I'll step in the water, they'll kind of back off a minute, and then they'll all come right up to me. Come here, guys. Come here, fish. I mean, that's a good school of bluegill right there. Look, they're just chilling. Just looking at me like, what's going on? A whole bunch of them. These are all little guys, but you know, that tells me if there's little ones, you know, there's bigger ones. Watch this. Spit in the water and they're all just right on it. Apparently they don't like monster drinks. But look, they're coming from way over there to check me out. So anyway, guys, what time is it? I got 10 minutes before I got to flip the ribs and throw the next step. So, Jamie, come here. Now. Get over here now. Now. Come here. Don't just stand there. Come here. Get over here. He's looking at me like, what? I'm just going to check people out. Yeah, guys, I gotta cut this short. I gotta end this. I've been down here for about an hour. A little over an hour because I was here about 20-30 minutes before I actually started the video. So I got to go home, hit step 2 on the ribs, and I might come back here later and fish this. I don't know, but we'll see. So anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. There goes another two big old bass right out there cruising. But we'll see you guys later. And like I said, hit that like and subscribe. And then, how you doing, man? Yeah, hit that like, subscribe, and share the video out for me, guys. Let's, if you guys would help me out with that algorithm, I'd definitely appreciate it. So, like I said, I'm almost at 600. I was 30 away last time I checked. I'm trying to get to 600 this week. And then at 1,500, I'm going to be doing a rod and reel giveaway. So, share it out and hit that like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks again for being here, guys. And don't forget to go watch some of my shorts. I got some really cool shorts on the channel, all different genres. I got you know, some stuff from the deer woods. I got a bunch of fishing stuff. I got a bunch of desert and off-road stuff. So go check all that out too. All right, guys, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks. All right, bud, let's go. We got to go home.